This is day 2 of trading from 10 bucks up to $100,000. So right now I am watching this trade about this ABC correction. We had a massive crash, as you all know, but now I am looking for this setup right here where I expect to grab a little bit more of liquidity here, hit the ABC correction, and then go for the liquidity here on the upside. Alright, so now they just hit my entry. This is my liquidation right here because I'm longing on 75 leverage. I didn't take all of my budget in. I do believe that somewhere from here we should now get turned around because we swept this liquidity. There is still chunk of liquidity down here, but it's all the way on 112k, which I'm not gonna hold on. I'll be moving stop loss on break even as soon as possible eventually. Here will be my first take profit and stop break even, and then I will just let it free ride eventually. Okay guys, currently I have set a stop loss right below this low on 1 minute time frame because I think there is much better option to long from, which would be right here on this big chunk of liquidity on 112k basically, with stop about here would be pretty much the same trade, just without targeting all-time high, but I mean not all-time high but this high. But I would target something like meaner version, so the trade would look something like this: 112k, stop loss around here, and target for example here, right? Something like this it would look like. So right now I might be stopped almost a break even. Okay guys, so now I got cut right on break even, so my capital is basically the same besides the fee on the leverage. Normally I would leave the trade going, but the problem is that in this challenge I could not do mistakes because there are basically no other options, right? Because if I fail the trade, I would basically fail the whole account, which I do not want to. So here on this challenge, if possible, I want to go with 100% precision. So right now I'm basically waiting on if this trade still could go well somehow. If I see some move like this, sweeping some liquidity, reclaiming, eventually that could be still a good trade. But more likely I am gonna wait for the second setup, as I mentioned before, which would be this one, the 112k with stop right about here and playing some mean reversion play. So that's it for day 2 probably. You know guys, sometimes the best trade you can do is not to trade, because if you're not too convinced about your trade or it just doesn't go the right way it should, it's better to just leave it be, close it, and wait for better option, well, where all the requirements will be perfect. And that's the best thing you can always do. Wait for the right trade. Trading is not a machine gun. Trading is sniping. I know this is a cliche, you heard it many times, but it actually is like that. Trading is taking money from the impatient people to the patient people. So take that in mind, learn from it, learn from your mistakes, and don't do them again, guys.